Hey Warren Eckstein, this question comes from my listener Doreen. Warren, my dog will snap and grab someone even if they've met already. He knows he's done something wrong, but now he has a rap of being overly aggressive. I don't want to give him up because I believe I won't be able to find a good home that will love him, but I'm afraid he will really bite someone. Your suggestion would be helpful. Well, Doreen, first of all, it always bothers me when someone starts off by saying, I don't want to give him up. And most behavioral issues can be resolved, but you need to know how to resolve it. So I'm glad you're writing to me. That's important. However, giving the dog up is not always an option. You give this dog up, he goes somewhere else. He does the same thing. They give him up, and then he winds up at a shelter, and you know the end of that story. So the bottom line is, let's resolve this issue. First of all, sometimes dogs get really overly excited when they meet someone, even if they've met them over and over and over again. Some dogs are orally inclined. Some dogs will mount. Some dogs will use a mouth to kind of chew on the person, or it looks like they're biting the person, but they're just kind of holding on. So how do you resolve that? First of all, you need to practice your basic training in areas where there are a lot of people, so it doesn't become so unusual for him to bump into somebody. That's number one. Number two, the worst thing you can do is overly correct the dog for that. He's already nervous and anxious, so trying to correct him is only going to make him more nervous and anxious, which is going to make the problem a lot worse. So how do you resolve it? Again, it's a matter of basic training. And I know that sounds minute, basic training you're talking about. Well, yeah, why basic training? Because you have the positive authority over the dog. Now, it's interesting that you said that, you've worked with him, but I want you to understand this. If you take the dog and the dog's showing this type of behavior, let's say he's going to grab someone excitedly, and you're saying, no, bad dog, phooey, and yelling at him, he's already excited. And as I said before, it's only going to make things worse. But if you were to really focus on your basic training, away from distraction first so the dog understands what the words mean, and then incorporating those basic things into areas where there are people. Start at a distance, get closer and closer and closer. Another thing you may want to try is when he's meeting someone, you may want to hand him a special toy or an item so his focus is on that rather than the person. This is not an aggressive dog. We're not dealing with Cujo here, but what we're dealing with is someone who really needs to take the time. You may even want to hire a trainer or professional behaviorist to come in and work with you on this. This is not a problem dog, Doreen. This is a dog with an issue. And giving them away, well, it's your option, but I would never give a dog away, and they would never give you away if you had this type of problem. I know it's frustrating. I know it's upsetting. However, this is a problem that can be resolved. Now, you're talking in your letter, you said the dog has this reputation of being overly aggressive. Nowhere in the letter has he bitten anyone. Nowhere in the letter has he really attacked anyone. It sounds to me like he's overly excited. Now, I could be wrong because I'm only getting a short amount of information from you, okay? Very short. But the bottom line is follow my advice. If you need to, work with a local trainer or behaviorist to really solidify the basics. Just make sure it's done very, very positive, no adversive approaches whatsoever. It works, believe me. I deal with this problem every day. My dog looks aggressive when he sees someone. Someone comes to the door and he grabs. No, this is not an aggressive dog. This is an excited dog. There's a big, big difference. So work on the problem. There's no reason to give this dog up. This can easily be resolved. You just have to find the right person to help you. Hopefully I gave you some good advice here with the basic training. Hopefully you follow through on that. And when you give me a call back or you shoot me another email or text back, you'll tell me the dog's doing fine. But don't expect it to happen overnight. You never told me here how old the dog is, so I don't know if he's been doing this for a long time or not. And then everyone out there, if they have a dog that shows this type of behavior, someone comes to the door, you meet someone outside, and the dog's overly excited, he's mouthy or jumping or humping, yelling and screaming is only going to make it worse. What you need to do is go back to basics and take those basics and incorporate them into everyday situations. Good luck to you, and give that puppy a hug and a kiss.